Most people think of cancer as like a genetic lottery or maybe just a consequence of smoking. But what if I told you that one of the most common causes of cancer is actually a sexually transmitted virus?
Yeah, it's a huge blind spot in public health, really.
Right. Today we're diving into a deep dive, synthesizing data from the FDA, the CDC, and the IRC to uncover a pretty startling fact. Lots of people simply don't realize how many cancers are actually caused by sexually transmitted viruses. And this isn't some niche issue, this affects everyone, males and females, straight or queer.
It really does. And just as a quick reminder to you listening, we are your expert guides to this research, but we are definitely not doctors. Always consult a healthcare professional for medical advice.
Right, exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. We usually think of viruses causing like a cold, but how exactly does a common, often silent infection slowly turn into cancer over the course of years?
Well, what's fascinating here is the actual biological mechanism behind culprits like hepatitis B and uh, human papillomavirus or HPV.
The really common ones.
Exactly. So let's look at hepatitis B first. I mean, it doesn't just make you sick for a week. It can actually cause chronic inflammation in your liver.
Oh, wow, so it stays with you.
Yeah, and that constant state of cellular damage and repair over years, it leads to mutation, which is exactly how liver cancer begins.
That makes sense. And then there's HPV, which is, I think, the most common STI in the U.S., right?
It is, yeah. But HPV operates a bit differently. It actually slips into your cells and slowly alters their DNA.
It just hijacks it.
Precisely. It hijacks the cell's machinery to multiply. And left unchecked over decades, those mutated cells can develop into cervical, vulvar, vaginal, anal, penile, and even oropharyngeal, so throat cancers.
Yeah, looking at the CDC data, that throat cancer link is just wild. I mean, oral HPV affects about 10% of men and 3.6% of women.
Which is a massive amount of people.
Right, and it can literally take years or even decades after that initial infection for throat cancer to actually develop. It's like a ticking time bomb.
It really is.
But here's where it gets really interesting, because we actually have a way to stop it before the clock even starts. Think of the vaccine less like a brick wall and more like, I don't know, handing out most wanted posters to your immune system's security guards.
I like that analogy.
Right. So if the virus ever shows up, your immune cells recognize it instantly and neutralize it before it can settle into your tissue and start mutating your DNA.
Yeah, it's actively training your biological network. And specifically, we're talking about the Gardasil 9 vaccine. The 9 is key there because it protects against the 9 most dangerous strains of the virus.
The heavy hitters.
Exactly. And it is incredibly effective. I mean, it's essentially 100% effective against cervical cancer. And the HPV vaccine also protects against many sexually transmitted cancers in both men and women, like penis and throat cancers, for both gay and straight people.
Which is exactly why the guidelines stress that all boys and girls should be vaccinated, ideally between ages 9 and 12, though it is approved for use all the way up to age 45.
Yeah, and the global impact of this is just staggering. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, the IRC, recently published a study showing that even a single dose provides high, long-lasting immunity.
Wait, really? Just one dose?
Yeah. Just a single dose gives immunity for over 10 years against HPV strains 16 and 18.
Wow. And those are the primary drivers of these cancers, right?
Yes, exactly.
That is just unprecedented. So what does this all mean? If handing out these most wanted posters to our immune system is this incredibly effective, are we totally invincible now? Like, can we just get the shot and forget about it?
Well, this raises an important question, and the short answer is no. Because vaccines alone are not enough.
Right. They just prep the immune system.
Exactly. They prevent new infections, but they don't treat existing ones. So to truly protect yourself, you must use condoms and dental dams.
And the research points out that your lifestyle acts as a massive multiplier here too, right?
Oh, heavily. The CDC notes that alcohol and tobacco use massively increases your risk of developing HPV-related throat cancers because they physically damage the mucosal lining in your throat.
Ah, so it basically creates an open door for the virus.
Exactly. It makes it way easier for the virus to bypass your natural defenses, get into the cells, and start mutating that DNA.
Man. So we have to ask you, listening directly, have you been vaccinated for HPV and hepatitis A and B? It's something you really should talk to your doctor about.
Definitely.
And of course, remember, a condom can save you or your partner from literally years of misery.
Absolutely. Protect your biology. And to leave you with one final thought to ponder, even with the massive success rate of the vaccine, routine cervical cancer screening is still strictly required.
Right, like pap smears or DNA tests.
Yeah.
Because the vaccine protects against the major threats, but it doesn't cover every single high-risk HPV strain in existence.
Hmm.
So, get the armor, but definitely don't skip the routine checks.